And joining us from All Family Pharmacy, speaking of making America healthy again, it's co-owner Michael Kuenzler to talk to us about the online pharmacy that is making the biggest difference. Michael, we just saw this great news that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced $60 million in cancer research for the free Sunshine State for repurposed drugs like ivermectin. And since All Family Pharmacy is based right there in the free Sunshine State of Florida, it already provides ivermectin. So you guys are actually ahead of the ball game here. So we wanted to talk to you about what this means for patients and their access to things like ivermectin. How significant is this announcement for the future of cancer research and treatment in Florida?
Just being able to provide any information of repurposed drugs or repurposed generic drugs like ivermectin with far lower costs than chemotherapy, radiation, or specifically the immunotherapies are the ones that are extremely expensive. Being able to provide not a standalone drug, but a drug like ivermectin in combination with some of these radiation or chemotherapies could provide a tremendous amount of help towards the cancer community. And alone, just the financial needs would be far less than what they need now because it's a generic drug. It's truly not that expensive compared to immunotherapies that are out there.
And many people are having a hard time finding that at their local pharmacies because of big pharmaceuticals. We've seen Right to Try by President Trump. Most recently, the participation with Pfizer. I was surprised actually to hear coming from Pfizer, but to try to lower those drug prices and in turn also manufacture things right here in America. But again, some doctors unwilling to either prescribe ivermectin or you can't find that in your neck of the woods. So how does your pharmacy, allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN, make that process easier and more accessible for patients and the customers that are coming to your online website?
Sure. So we actually built this website with the intentions of providing our patients with both services. Service A of acquiring a prescription for the medication, and then service B, providing the services that a pharmacy would provide, like ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, methylene blue, mebendazole, all the different medications that a lot of pharmacies traditionally just won't dispense anymore. Most of them are corporate pharmacies. They don't want the liability in their eyes, but it's really about the money. We know that. And then even on the lower level, the independents are just scared. They're worried for their license. They're worried about the regulators. They have a lot more worries in the world. Here at All Family Pharmacy, we are going to provide you both benefits because literally 80% of the patients that come to us, they either have a pharmacy, but they don't have a doctor, or they have a doctor and they don't have a pharmacy. Most of them don't have a doctor, or most of them don't have a pharmacy, but have a physician. So we now subcontracted out our physicians and we give them a very good rate to our patients. I believe it's anywhere between $20 or $30 for them to acquire a prescription just by having a quick consultation with the physician. It doesn't need to be 30 minutes. We don't need to be paying them hundreds of dollars to be doing this. We're providing it at low cost. We're bringing the doctor's volume and patients that they want to help with cancer research, with off-label use. And to be honest with you, just traditional use, antibiotics. Hydroxychloroquine used in other cases, ivermectin used in other cases, parasite cleanses, travel needs. So ultimately, at the end of the day, we're going to provide you with everything under one roof, which most people like because we can provide it in the 1 to 3 business days, and then shipping is 2 business days. So you're getting very fast delivery. Not as fast as Amazon, but very fast delivery.
Yes, very convenient. And there's some strength and dosage recommendations you would have for ivermectin, if I am correct in that, and how many patients can figure out just what those needs are. Do these doctors that you license and participate with, will they be able to help recommend the dosages for the patients that you work with?
So we tried to provide as much information on the website as possible in a legal manner that allows us at the pharmacy level or at the telemedicine level. Traditionally, a lot of the dosages come from physicians, and we're going to direct them in the direction of a physician to get the exact dosage because it's a weight-based dosage. We're starting to work a lot more with Dr. William Mackis, which I'd love to bring on the show. He's got a lot of great work. He's got over 100 protocols, all based on certain dosages, based on the type of cancer and the stage of cancer. So we're going to provide as much information and as much information on our website as well as over the phone as we can on the pharmacy level. But, realistically speaking, we're hoping these trials are coming soon. And Dr. William Mackis, from what we're hearing, could be the leading driver of these trials because he's got over 6,500 patients himself that he's currently helped or helping fight this battle with cancer. So he's the perfect pick for the state of Florida, and I'm glad they brought him down here to that convention that we were just at. And I think, and I hope that he runs the trials here.
I would look forward to having him on the show. It seems like a wealth of knowledge to help the viewers here at Right Side Broadcasting Network for any of these very crucial needs in their day-to-day activities. So have you seen a rise in customers looking to use ivermectin and the off-label as a result of really what's taken place in the last few years here in America? I think the curtain has really been pulled back on big pharma and some of the powers that be, like in cancer support and prevention, beyond just the traditional use, as you said, for parasites when it comes to specifically ivermectin.
Yeah, we've seen a massive rise since this information has become somewhat public, right? January is when we saw a really, really big jump, and that was due to Mel Gibson's clip on Joe Rogan. They were talking about a Joe Tippins protocol. One of them is actually, or supposedly, a patient of Dr. William Mackis, from what he told us. He's familiar with one of Mel Gibson's friends. I think there was 3 of them that had stage 4 cancer, and they're all cleared of stage 4. When we were at this convention, there was 3 of Dr. William Mackis's patients, one of which is our patient, actually 2 of them which are our patients, and a third one that's from Canada, all sitting in the same row as us. And they were all stage 4, and they're all cleared. Now, again, that doesn't mean everybody with stage 4 is going to be cleared. That's a big fight. That's a big battle. But he's got some hope. We've seen it. We've seen it with our own eyes. We've heard about it. And the trend is getting more and more popular. We're seeing it now more in the holistic routes. A lot of holistic physicians are prescribing it, or they can't prescribe it, but they can recommend it. We're seeing that tremendously. We just had an individual come in the other day, and she's a holistic physician, and she had stage 1, but a very aggressive form of breast cancer. She fought the battle without doing chemo radiation, which that's not what we suggest, but that's the route she wanted to go. She still got the surgery. The tumor shrunk in half. They removed the tumor, and there was no more cancer left in her, obviously her breast. So it's huge to see these stories that are continuously coming out. It's not just 1 or 2. It's not just a handful. We're seeing them now on a daily basis. So we're hoping that these repurposed drugs are providing the support that these people need in the fight for cancer.
Well, it's really great news to hear that, especially with the rise of super cancers over the course of the last decade. Now, Michael, as well, have you had any additional feedback from the patients right now at All Family Pharmacy using that ivermectin, and what direction are they recommending that for their friends and family, and to perhaps try that as a result of all the massive good feedback coming from specifically cancer treatment?
Yes, we get a lot of recommendations. This pharmacy was built off of family and friend recommendations. We didn't start advertising for probably like the last year, because once we got a wealth of knowledge in, we wanted to provide that information to our viewers, to the audience, to every individual here in America that can benefit from what we're providing as a service, and not only off-label use, just traditional use medications, providing maintenance meds during flu season in the mail where you don't have to sit at the pharmacy and get sick. So, back to your point, we have a lot of people who are taking ivermectin, and they're sharing their stories with their friends and family. For instance, I have an individual here that was stage 4 that I just mentioned. I gave him a coupon code. I looked in our system the other day. That coupon code was used about 30, 40 times. That means that he told 30 to 40 people about his story with ivermectin and mebendazole. But again, he tells his whole story. He was on a Keytruda trials. He also did rounds of chemo. So it wasn't just a standalone drug. And he provided that information to his friends and family, or strangers even, he told me. So people are following the course when they're seeing somebody who was in that battle or in that fight, and they're just starting to begin their fight. They're going to follow those people. They're not going to follow big pharma and go through all this hell, I like to say it, just to unfortunately not be cured, but just to prolong their life. So People want to win the fight. They don't want to lose. And we're starting to see it more and more now.
Yes, for those who do not have family or friends who have tried through your great site, allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN for this life-saving medication in ivermectin, mebendazole, and countless others. In fact, over 200 essential medications, including Tamiflu for fall flu season, and of course another strain of COVID to match up with this beautiful time of year. For patients curious about all of these off-label options, what kind of guidance do you give them at All Family Pharmacy to help assist with that?
So you come to our website, you can place your order, we get you in touch with a physician. If you ever need to talk to that physician again, we're surely able to put you back in touch with them. We also have a numerous amount of pharmacists here. We have a pharmacist that think alike like our patients, and they're going to teach you. These guys have been around for 30, 40 years in the pharmacy industry. They've seen every type of flu and virus that has hit the market already. So these guys have a wealth of knowledge, and they're going to provide that knowledge to our patients. They're going to provide the information on how to take the medication safe and effectively. And if you get side effects, they're going to try and help you overcome those side effects. There are certain little ways that you can overcome side effects. There are ways that they can help you on a day-to-day basis. And the knowledge we're going to provide is that you can't go to a corporate pharmacy, you can't go to CVS or Walgreens or Walmart and have that same conversation. The pharmacist is just going to say, the doctor said, take one tablet a day for 5 days. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's not what our pharmacists are about. They're about helping and providing a community service type retail, which is what we are. We're a family pharmacy, and we treat everybody like family. That's our number one goal. And that's the number one goal for our pharmacist and any medical provider that works under our roof or subcontracted by us.
Truly invaluable information today. Thank you, Michael. Also, the ivermectin mebendazole, I believe, going 25% off right now, in addition to code RSBN10 for an additional 10% off of other products.
Yes, we've lowered the price on the website 25%. We have the 10% coupon that gives you an additional 10% off. Those that are having the cancer protocols, give us a call. If you have questions, concerns, we'll try to help you as best as possible. And we'll try to save you a few bucks along the way as well. There are ways we can do that because, like you said in one of your questions, the cancer protocol does require a very high dose. This is something physicians like Dr. William Mackis have come up with, and they've come up with it for certain reasons. So we're going to want to help them overcome certain side effects or how to take it on a day-to-day basis.
Michael Kuenzler, co-owner of All Family Pharmacy. You can see all of these life-saving medications, the essential to stock up your medicine cabinet. Heck, you can even travel with these because they're easy for your carry-ons as well. Again, Michael Kuenzler from allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN. Thank you for taking the time, sir, and we'll see you again very soon.
Thank you.